Adab. Hi, I'm Laksha. So today let's learn our lesson which is changes around us. We did our part 1, so which is reversible and irreversible. Reversible means nothing but which can state its original state, which can get its original state or its position, and irreversible means which cannot be reversed, is called as irreversible. And now let's start our lesson from expansion and contraction. So what is expansion and what is contraction? So first of all, I have a hole here. Yeah, this is the hole. And now what happens here is, this is the ring of the hole, or is the mouth, the opening of the hole. This is the ring of the hole. And imagine this as the wooden stick. This is actually the stick, but yeah, imagine that this as the wooden stick and this is the iron piece. And now I want it to fit in, this iron piece or this ring into this wooden stick, into this wooden piece. Now how can I adjust? How can I insert this this ring? How can I insert this ring into this wooden piece? By screeching. Or let's see. First of all, I have a wooden piece here, and I also have a ring. Yeah, this is the wooden piece. Yeah, and this is the hole. Yeah, this is the iron piece, my dear friends. This is the iron piece, and this is the wooden piece. Now I wanted to insert this ring into this wooden stick. But how can I insert? By the process of expansion. But can I insert this wooden piece like this, catching this, taking this one and inserting, trying to insert like this, by screeching and screaming, "Mama, it's not inserting," or it's not fixing into the wooden piece? No, that's not the correct order, my dear friends. So we can insert this iron piece into the wooden piece by the process of expansion. So in this topic, I'm introducing you the two terms. We have two terms. First one is expansion and contraction. Okay. So what is expansion? The term we have is expansion. Expansion is nothing but becoming bigger and becoming larger in size. For example, so we should insert this iron piece into the wooden piece, right? So how can I? First of all, I should on a flame, and I should heat this iron ring on the flame like this. Okay, I should heat this one. After making some heat, okay, after heating, this piece or else this expanded one or else this iron ring which is there, it gets really expanded. Okay, the shape and the size of this ring increases. It enlarges. Enlargement takes place in the iron ring. Understood, my dear friends? After the enlargement, or else after the expansion process, after the expanding of this iron ring, they try to insert this hole into the wooden piece. Like, let us insert this one. Let's say, we have, so this is the wooden piece, and now I try to insert one hoe inside this wooden stick. Now this is how we can insert. After putting this after keeping this iron piece into this one, after inserting, what should we do is we should cool down. We should let this hoe cool down for some time. But after it cools down, what happens? After the cooling down of this hoe, it contracts. Okay, contracts means it shrinks. Okay guys, it contracts, or else it becomes very smaller in size. Okay, so what happened here is this ring which is there, it attracts the wooden piece to contract. So it attracts and it becomes very contracted. So contraction means becoming smaller in size. Yeah, good my dear friends. Contraction means a very low short advance. Contraction means becoming smaller. Okay, expansion and contraction. Contraction means becoming smaller when we cool, or else when we cool down, this iron piece, it gets smaller, it gets contracted. So that is nothing but the contraction one. And the expansion is when we heat. When we heat the iron piece, it gets enlarged, and enlargement happens, and that is nothing but expansion. Okay, expansion and contraction one. Now let's. And now these hoe are mainly used in farms, in villages, for making some crop. So to cut the crops, or else to plant the crops. In the work of plants, this hoe are mainly useful and they were important. And now expansion, contraction. Yeah, expansion, contraction one. Bigger in size. Smaller in size. Okay, bigger in size, and contraction means smaller in size. And now let's go for melting process. So now what is melting? I have one candle here. Yeah, I have a candle here. And where is ice? Glass ice. I have a candle here. Now let me lit up the candle. So let it burn for some time. Can you bring the ice which is on the glass? The glass ice, the ice which is in the glass. Yeah. So here guys, so this is burning. What happens here is this is burning, and this candle is melting. It is burning. This candle is getting burned. But when you observe clearly, the candle, after some time, after an hour, when you come and make a look on the candle, what happens here is the liquid which comes from the candle, it gets like this, swelling up and goes down. So this process, it gets melted Melting means liquefied by heat. Melting means liquefied by heat. So I have a candle here. So observe, my dear friends, that when I pour some area, here you can see that the wax which is there, it's falling down on the paper. So it is getting melted. Melting is something for being liquefied. Being liquefied by heating, from heat. Liquefied from heat. So you also try your own experiment at your home, that light up a candle like this and ask and go out to play or else to talk with your parents. And now after half an hour or else 1 hour, when you come and check, it's amazing that this wax or else this melting wax, this candle gets totally melted. So now I think so. See, observe, see friends, the wax is falling down right here. The wax is getting fallen down. So when you observe here, this is the actual size of the candle. But after an hour, half an hour or else 1 hour, if you see the candle get reduced. The size of the candle get reduced. And now, what do you think? Do you think someone came and ate your candle? No. Do you think the devil came and ate the candle? No. But this candle got melted. Okay? This candle which is there got melted after an hour, and so you can find some water which is there, right? So the wax is getting falling on the paper. So here I collected some wax of the candle. So you can see, this is how you can make your own experiment at your home. So here, it is liquefying, or else it is being liquefied by heating. If we heat it, it is melting and it is turning into the liquefaction, or else it is liquefying. So liquefied by heat is nothing but the process of melting. And now I have an ice. So let me put this ice into this one. Let me give the spoon. We have the spoon, and so I have an ice here, ice cube, right? So if I heat this ice cube for 10 minutes or else for 1 minute, for some time, what happens here is this ice cube which is there, it totally turns into liquid. Okay, the water will fall, then the water which is there, it falls down, and we should see only the water. Okay, so it gets really cools down, or else it gets totally it liquefies, or else it turns into liquid after heating on the flame. So what's the reason behind this one? The reason behind this one is the process of melting, my dear friends. So this this ice cube which is there, it gets melted. Okay, so if you see this one, you can see some small drops, some droplets are falling on the ice cube, right? So these droplets, these small droplets which are there falling on the ice cubes are the water, the liquid which is being liquefied. So it is melting. Just keep this ice cube for half an hour outside and do one activity, and come, and when we see the ice cube reduces its size, the size of the ice cube gets really low, and this ice cube which is there, it reduces its size. So this is how the melting process happens. So it turns into liquid. So here when you see so all the objects, just as candle, melting of a candle, or else melting of a ice cube, totally turn liquid by heating. They turn into liquid by heating. So this process is called as melting. Let's write down here. Like you liquefied from heat. Okay? Okay, if you see liquefied from heat. So what happens here is, this is the ice cube as I said, but the outer weather is so heat and so hot, thus this ice cube which is there, it gets melts. And now let's go for the next one. Understood what is expansion, contraction and melting process. And now let's go into the evaporation process. So you have the evaporation. I have a bowl here. Let me take a bowl and place this bowl on the gas stove. And now let me on this gas. Yeah. Let me light up this gas. Yeah. Let me on this gas, and now let us add some water in this bowl. Let this water get heated for some time. Let's keep the plate on the stove. Yeah. So we should observe the gas. Sorry, we should observe the evaporation. So that's the vapor, the water vapor, which is coming from the water. Okay. So let's keep this in a medium flame. Let's again revise the lesson for some time. So let's start. We learned about reversible and the irreversible process. Reversible means which can be reversed easily, and the irreversible one means which cannot be reversed is called as irreversible. Expansion and the contraction. Expansion is augmentation, which gets expanded or is becoming bigger. Enlargement happens in the case of the iron piece ring, or is the mouth of the iron piece. And when we heat that one, the ring gets expanded. When we cool this one, that ring gets contracted, means becoming smaller. We learned about the melting process, being liquefied. Okay, becoming liquefied from heat, as well as you have the ice. So this ice cube which is there, that ice cube, so the ice cube gets easily melted. So here you can see the water, the melting process, you can see here very clearly. So this is process of melting. Understood? And now let's go for the evaporation process. I hope the water got heated for some time. Yeah, it's totally got heated. Yeah. And now you can see some water which is there on this plate, right? Can you see some water droplets on the plate? Let me keep here and here on this one. Keep for some time. Yeah, can you see now some water droplets which are on the plate, right? So these water droplets which are there, they are, so these water droplets which are there, what happens here is when we heat the water on the stove, you can see somehow or the other when you're making some recipes by yourself with water, using water, you have the evaporation, the water vapor which goes up. Okay, the water vapor which goes up like this. So let's see. I have this. Yeah. So let's see. You can you see this one? can see the evaporation or as the water vapors which are going high or else which are going up in the up and mixing in the air with it. So this is process of evaporation which gets liquefied. So from the state of liquid, it turns into the gaseous form, or else it turns into the vapor form. So let's say I have, so if you keep your hand on the bowl, not on the bowl but here, let's say I'm keeping my hand here. So what happens here is the texture, you can feel some air, the hot air which is going up. Just try at your home, my dear friends. So you can feel somehow the air which is going up, or else the air which is hitting your hand and it's trying to go up. So this process is called, this air which is there, it is called as water vapor. Okay, it is getting evaporated, which is going up in mountains, as you see. So this water vapor goes up and it gets condensation. The condensation process takes place in the clouds, and now you have the rain which falls off. All of you say like this, rain, right? Rain which falls down. So this is the process of the evaporation one. Understood? So evaporation is nothing but converting evaporation is nothing but converting liquid into the vaporous form. Converting liquid form. So this is the liquid form. Just now I added some water. So this water is liquid form. And now vapor. Vapor means air, or else the gaseous form we can say. So it converts the liquid, into the vapor. Let me put some symbols here. So it converts the liquid into the vapor state, or else into the gaseous state. So that's nothing but the evaporation process. Hope you people understood today's evaporation process. Conversion of liquid into the vaporous form is nothing but water vapor form. It's nothing but evaporation. Melting. What happens after the water evaporates? Good. It goes in the clouds. You have the process of condensation which takes place, and now you have the rain, right? Rain which comes down and falls on the earth. So this is how you can make. And now you have melting process. Try all these try all these experiments at your home that I did from the part 1 or else in the part 2. But try all these experiments, my dear friends, at your home.